Welcome back, party people. My name is Daryl Wilson, and today in this video, I'm going to teach you how to use YouTube ads step by step. So I've been using YouTube ads for years, and I've spent around $100,000 on YouTube ads. And today in this video, I'll give you my personal recommendations on marketing strategies for your YouTube ads. I'll show you how to create ads. I'll show you how you can properly market your ads. I'll then show you how you can market your ads based off of time, off of location, or even country. So first, what happens if you don't have any YouTube videos? That does not matter. You can advertise your website or any service you want here on YouTube. Now, what if you want a video ad, but you just don't have any? Don't worry, I got you covered. Now, you can use your YouTube videos to advertise, plus I'll show you how you can get a professionally detailed YouTube ad for as little as $25. So you can be a complete beginner who knows nothing about YouTube ads, and by the end of this video, you will have enough information and resources to just create some really professional looking YouTube ads. So let's get started. So step one, we will create a Google AdWords account. You will need this in order to advertise on YouTube. Step two, I'll show you how to create a custom campaign. Now we will go through all of the options. I'll show you how to create a text ad and also a video ad here on YouTube. And step three, I'll show you how to update your campaigns and observe the data to see how your ads are performing here on YouTube. Okay, so step one, let's create a Google Ads account. Now, Google Ads is what you use to advertise on YouTube. So there's a link to Google Ads in the description, or you can just go to Google, type in Google Ads, and it should bring you to something like this page. So you will go to Start Now. Now you will need to make a new Gmail account. Now this is required for everyone trying to advertise on Google's platforms because they want you to create a specific Gmail account. So just go ahead and create an account. All right, so I'm logging in with my account. Okay, so once you actually make an account, you go through the process, you will be brought to this page. So this is your overview. So you'll see we have these different tabs, and also we have this black area tab right here. If you want to close this, you can just click on this little arrow and that will close that section. So this is your current overview. So this is your clicks and your impressions. Now remember, impressions are how many times the people actually saw the ad. And then they just give you some other general info like ready to serve and locations where I'm currently advertising. Now I find this to be a little inaccurate when you are using YouTube ads, and I'll go through my account and I'll show you everything. Also on the left side, the next tab, we have recommendations. Now personally, I don't recommend following Google's recommendations because all they tell you to do is just increase your budget. Every time you go to Google, the recommendations, they just say put more money in, and I don't want to. So I don't recommend following the recommendations from Google because they just tell you to spend more money. And then we have ad groups where you'll find some of your ads, and then you have your current ads. Now we have these other tabs here, but these do not apply to YouTube ads, so I will not be covering a lot of these other tabs like landing pages or products. There are keywords, and I'll talk more about keywords a little bit later. And then we do also have audiences, which we will talk about as we create the ad. Essentially, it's the type of people that are watching your ad. So you can kind of select a niche of people who are currently watching your ad or you want to watch your ad. So before we make our first campaign, I just want to show you all how to update your billing info. So you'll see that we have this notice at the top saying our ads cannot display. So what we can do is go to Tools and Settings, and this is where you can always update your billing information. So you can go to Billing and go to Settings. And this is where you can add your credit card, where you can start advertising on YouTube. So you'll enter in your billing country and all your info, and then once you're done, you'll click on Submit. So to create a campaign, what you'll do is you'll go click on Campaigns, and these are the current list of all the ads running. So you'll see the budget, you'll see the current status, so it'll say active, pending, or ended, and then you'll just see other stats like the clicks, impressions, and also click-through rates, and we'll talk more about all of this as we go. But if you want to create a new campaign, just click on this plus button and click on New Campaign. So now we're going to create our first YouTube ad. Okay, so first we're going to run a display ad, and then I'll show you all how to do video ads. So first, let's do display ads. So there's different options that we have here, but personally, guys, I've just discovered over the years that Google wants you to spend your money at really unnecessary places. So I recommend doing a campaign without a goals guidance. They're just gonna put your ads on a bunch of spammy websites, and they're gonna charge you for it. And personally, those are very low quality websites they put your ads on. Next, we have a bunch of different campaign types. So we have video, we'll do video next, but we'll first do a display ad. So a display ad will run your ad on YouTube or other various networks, etc. And then we also have discovery ads. So discovery ads will put your ads on YouTube along with Gmail and other places, but I find display ads are probably one of the more effective type of ads. So I will click on display. And then we have their campaign types. Now, whenever Google recommends something, personally, never do it because they're just going to want you to spend as much money as possible. Go ahead and select a standard display campaign. So I want to actively pick where my ads are going to be shown. And then below that, you'll put your websites. So I'm just imagining that I'm just some sort of web design agency right now. So yeah, that's it. And then once you put your website in, you'll click on continue. Okay, so we have our display ad campaign name. So I'm going to put web design company. So next we have locations. Now, for example, if your website operates everywhere in the United States, no matter where you are, you can leave it as United States. However, if you are a local business or you want to get local clients around you, what you can do is select enter another location. Now, I'm imagining that I am a web design business in Las Vegas, Nevada. So I will type in Las Vegas. So you can go ahead and select any specific part of the world or any specific part of the United States. So for example, I will say Las Vegas, Nevada, and I will target that. Now, maybe I don't want customers in Reno, Nevada. That's a little bit too far. You know, it's like a 6-hour drive or something like that. So I don't want customers in Reno. So what I'm going to do is say, look, nothing personal, but I don't want you guys. Reno, Nevada, I don't want that. So I'm going to exclude that. So if I click on the advanced search, you will see that I only want customers in Las Vegas, but Reno is just a little bit too far for me, so I'm going to exclude them. All right, so sad, so sad. And then we also have location options. So here you just have some additional options. People who are interested in your target locations, people who are regularly in your target locations. You know, for Las Vegas in particular, I'd probably want to select that one because I don't want tourists, you know. And then we have people, exclude people in your excluded locations, of course. And then, yeah, so always make sure you check every single option. And every campaign is different for every person. So that's just something to consider. So next we have languages. So let's say, for example, you are, I don't know, let's say you're Chinese in Las Vegas and you're looking for Chinese clients. Then you'll say, you know what, I want English and I also want Chinese. So you can select that. So people that are Chinese in Las Vegas, Nevada will see your advertisement as well. So that's just something to consider. So here we have a few options. We have conversions and we also have viewable impressions and conversion value. Now, personally, if you are a business that is actively selling something like a shop, like an e-commerce website, I would go for conversions. If you are a company that is like myself, like a web design agency where people have to maybe submit out a questionnaire, if they have to do something else, I would do viewable impressions because there's no way I can track conversions with a web design agency. However, if I'm an e-commerce website, then I would probably want to select conversions because then I'm only charged when people actively take actions on the website. So for my specific case, I will do viewable impressions. And then I can select a bidding strategy. See that? Not recommended. When they say not recommended, guys, always recommended. So, because now I want to say, look, I don't want Google to determine what I'm going to spend. I want to select what I spend, and then I can, if I see results, I'll work on that. So I have CPM, and then enter the average you want to spend every day. I'll put $10. So $10 is what I want to spend every day. And then we can go ahead and track later, like the report saying, okay, I think we can increase the budget, we're getting more clicks, or so on and so forth. But always start low and then work your way up. So we also have this little secret tab here, additional settings. So here we have some different options like ad rotation, ad schedule. So this is where you can actually select the ad rotation, you can select the schedule, you can select the start and end dates, and also devices. Now this is actually pretty important because this is actually very underlooked for a lot of beginners because, for example, if you're an e-commerce website, I probably wouldn't have my ads running on phones because I think people are more inclined to purchase something on their computer than their iPhone, right? So what you can do is select specific devices. So again, depending on what you're doing, let's say, for example, I am a web design agency and, you know, maybe I want it to run on everything, you know, why not? But if I'm an e-commerce website, probably only on computers because people on their computers, they might have their credit card next to them, they might be ready to buy. But, you know, if they're on their iPhone at work, you know, maybe they don't have enough time. But again, that's my opinion. You can go ahead and do what you want. But that's just where you would make all these settings. So go through all of these and really focus and try to create an ad schedule. So if you want to create an ad schedule, you could say Monday through Friday, this time to this time, you know, and you can go on ahead and change this and all that good stuff. But again, make sure you don't ignore this because putting yourself on an ad schedule and selecting devices is very important for optimization. So depending on your business, you'll go ahead and optimize this accordingly to whatever you're trying to advertise. So next we have the ad group. So I'll just select an ad group. So this again is just more clarification on the ad group, because I can add other ads inside of this, but I'll just do web agency. Okay, so next we have audiences, and this is where strategy comes into play a lot. So remember, audiences are the type of people who will see your ad. So it's not necessarily where your ad is located, it's just the type of person. And YouTube knows this info because based off what you will watch, YouTube records that information and then they will market it. So for example, if you have a person watching a bunch of cartoons every day on YouTube, then YouTube might recommend some sort of cartoon action figure or whatever who are trying to advertise to that specific person. So I am looking for people who are trying to start their own business because I want to offer them a website. So let's say, for example, I can go to search, and here in the little search box, I will type in start a business. And these are the different niches that we can select. So we have creating a company, information on starting a business. We can go ahead and select all of these. Now, if you hover over one, you'll see that these are the number of impressions. So these are the number of people who are looking for this specific type of keyword or specific type of audience. So 0 out of 100K, which is pretty small. So what I can also do is click on ideas, and we can just go ahead and select a specific audience here as well. So for example, we have business professionals, which actually is pretty good. And you'll see on the right side how we have impressions. So this is kind of the amount of people on YouTube that are interested in this kind of, niche. So around 190 million impressions. And we can keep scrolling down. So, I am doing something like maybe business services. So I am looking again for people who are starting their own business. Now also we have browse. So this is actually pretty helpful. So affinity. This is where like the regulars. So these are people who actively keep going back to channels or watch videos based off businesses. Or there is in markets. This is where they are actively searching right now. So people that are new to the market that are actively searching for how to make a business. And then we have remarketing, and then we have custom audiences over here. So what I'll do is I'll select in markets, and I'll select in market audiences, and we can scroll down. And these again are people who are actively trying to open up their own business. Now there is a few life events. I like that one. This is kind of like a good one. Business creation, perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Business creation, and maybe even to college graduation. So these 4 categories are perfect. So I have people who actively already look for videos on new businesses. I have business services, so people who are actively looking right now in business-to-business products or services. And then we have college graduation, so we have new grads, and we also have people who are trying to form a new business. This probably is the most important one. In fact, I can probably get rid of all of these, but I'm just going to keep them all just to see how the ad performs overall. Who knows? Maybe this one will be more effective than this one. I don't know. So you'll go ahead and select a specific idea, or you'll select a specific type of audience. So give this some thought. This isn't easy, but just give it some thought. And after you have a few cups of coffee and you decide, then let's go ahead and go to the next one. So we have demographics. Now, personally, this is a lot of trial and error. So you might want to leave all of this on and find out who your audience is. So who is most interested in whatever you're trying to offer. Now, personally, I think that maybe I don't want unknown, and unknown. So for my specific business on web design, I don't know who my target audience is. I don't know if there's a bunch of 50-year-olds wanting the website. I don't know if there's a bunch of 18-year-olds wanting the website. So for my specific category and my specific niche, I'm just going to leave them all. I don't know. So I will click on done. So next we have targeting expansion. Now this is a new type of ad they just recently added here on Google Ads. However, I recommend just leaving it as the standard because the higher the reach, the lower the quality. Just remember that. Remember, Google's job is to make you spend as much money as possible. So just try to be as conservative as possible. So what is your viewable CPM for this bid group? So what that means is how much money are you willing to pay for every 1,000 impressions? So for every 1,000 people that see your specific ad, I'll say, let's just do $50. And then Google will adjust this. So next we have the ad group bid. So enter the viewable CPM bid for this ad group. So this is basically saying for every 1,000 people who watch your ad, how much do you want to be charged? Well, I just want to get my feet wet here. I just want to be a little chill. I'll do $10. And on the right side, you'll see that based off what other advertisers are doing, the average CPM is $3 to $7. So putting in 10, that's kind of an overkill, but who cares? We can always change it later, and we can always see how the ad performs, and we can optimize it and adjust it. So let's now create an ad. Awesome. So I will click on new ad, and here we have some options. You can upload your own display ads, which I recommend, or you can use responsive display ads for people who have nothing. So let's do that. So I have my website, darrellwilson.com. And the really cool thing is that Google will actually go ahead and start scanning my websites, and they will pull images and logos from my websites. So right here we have images and logos. So I'll click on this. And now you'll see that they are now using images from my websites. Now we can also use stock images. We can upload our own. So at this point, you can just go ahead and create your own ad. So I'll just select something here like, I don't know, for web design. I'm kind of unprepared here. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of unprepared. Or we can use these stock images, which are really ugly and old school. I'll just use this one. Just for tutorial purposes, guys. So I will select this one and click on save. Okay. Also, make sure your URL has the HTTPS. They did have a little warning sign saying I need to put that. So yeah. So next we have the websites and apps. So we have the actual style of the ad, and we can see over here under the Google properties, we can see what it looks like here on YouTube. So there's our ad. Looks pretty cool, right? So now let's add some description to it. So puts like wants an amazing website. Start here. Okay, so for the headline, I will put best web designer in the world. So you'll see where it displays. So we have best web designer in the world, and then we have some description. Okay. Now for the long headline, we can put something else. So long headline. And again, you can click on this to see where this displays. So sometimes, guys, even myself, they keep changing these ads all the time, and it's hard for me to even keep track of where they put it. So for a long headline, I'll just do want a new amazing website. Make sure to click on me. And then descriptions, we can have again up to 5. So I'll just put something like learn how to set your website up easily, something like that. And then the business name, I'll do darrellwilson.com. Now again, remember, depending on where exactly they put the ad, it will have a different location. So that's why it's asking for a long headline and the description. And then here we have this type of ad. So again, just depending on where it's put, you will see that it may look different. So that's why they want you to fill out all this information, like the long headline and everything else. So, but again, you can always just go ahead and preview this and see how it looks. So we'll scroll down, and here we have additional format options. I'll just go ahead and I'll just leave this. I think that's okay. And then we also have more options, which is we can have a call to action text, which I do recommend. So for example, on our specific ad, we can have a specific call to action text. If you want to add that, you can go ahead and put that. And I believe we need a specific text here, so we can do apply now, or we can do, I think, get info, right? They got get info? No, they don't. Oh, Google, what is that? So we have learn more. So you can do learn more, something like that. All right. And then once you are done with all that, you can click on create campaign. And congratulations. So now your campaign is live, and now you are marketing your specific product or service on YouTube to this location on this date, and so on and so forth. So what I'll do is click on continue to campaign. Okay, so first let's take a look at my campaign. Now you'll see this on the right side, how Google's just saying, hey, raise your budget. In fact, look at that. They advertise it so much, it's not even working anymore. So I'm just gonna hide this. It's really annoying. So first let's talk about how you can look at your information and understand what you're looking at. So now we have the impressions. So this is, again, how many times people have seen the advertisement. So you'll see on these other campaigns where I have a bunch of different people viewing that campaign. Next, you'll have interactions, which is how many times they've interacted with the ad, whether they clicked on it, they right-clicked, they might have inspected the element, who knows, but they have had some sort of interaction with the advertisements. Then you have interaction rate. So this is how effective the ad is. So if you have a very high engagement rate, that means the ad is probably performing very well. People are very interested in your ad. If it's very low, which a lot of the display ads are, so you'll see the difference. This is a video ad, and then this is just a regular display ad. So you'll see the difference that usually display ads have a much lower interaction rate, and that's okay. And then you'll see the average cost. So I'm paying around 1 cent for every click, which is really good. And they measure that based off the ad quality. If the ad is very good and it has a lot of clicks, you will pay a lot less. And then you'll go ahead and see these other parts, but these are actually for video ads. So earn subscribers, earn likes, earn shares, earn views, and so on and so forth. Now, also, if you want to add specific columns for your advertisement, so here we have the columns on the top. We have this columns tab. What you can do is modify the columns. So now let's say, for example, you're looking for specific characteristics of your campaign. So for performance, you're saying, I want to see the view rates. I want to see the average cost per click. I want to see the average CPV. I want to see everything here. So what you can do is click on all of these and apply them, and then they will then display on your specific campaigns. So that's just how you can kind of add more information on your ad to see how they are performing. So now that I've shown you all how to do a basic text campaign or a display ad, now let's move on to the video ad. So to do a video ad, you'll do the same thing. On the top right here, you'll click on this campaign plus and do a new campaign. So now we are going to create a video ad on YouTube. Okay, so now that I showed you all a text ad, let's talk about how to make a real YouTube ad. So again, I will click on create a campaign without a goals guidance, and we have video. So we have, again, different type of video campaigns. We have the 15-second non-streamable ad. We also have a regular campaign, which I'll select. So I'll just click on the customize video campaign and click on continue. So what I'll do is say, all right, so I'm a web designer. So now I have a video for my web design business, maybe even my web design channel. So this will be web design video. And again, we have bidding strategy. So we have CPV and we also have target CPM. So I'll just leave this as CPV. So next we have the budgets and dates. And I want to do something like daily, $10, $10 a day, $100 a day, something like that. And then we have networks. So again, I highly recommend to take this one off. This is really annoying. We don't want that. We also have YouTube videos and we also have YouTube search results. So if you want your YouTube ad to be displayed at the top of the search results, you can do that. If you want it to be displayed on the videos, you can also do that. Personally, I recommend maybe even doing both and just seeing how it all works out. So let's just leave it as both. Here we have languages. So again, I'll select this as just all languages. Actually, no, English. I want people only speaking English watching my videos because my videos are in English. And then we have country. So for my specific niche, I can do the same thing. I'll just say, hey, I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada. So I want to include people in Las Vegas, and I can exclude people, but you get it. So this is inventory type, and this is a little new, but let's say, for example, there are YouTubers out there that might cuss a little bit, that might get a little graphic. You say, you know what, I don't really care. I'll advertise on those channels. But you can just do standard, which is just people who have like middle, like kind of like me, where I say damn or screw that. That would be considered standard. But if there's like a very conservative channel, like a corporate channel, you can go ahead and put it on that one. But I would leave it as standard inventory. Next, we have excluded types and labels. So I would just go ahead and leave this all just as standard because I think YouTube does a good job with labeling specific YouTube channels and advertising your content on specific channels. So I would just leave it, and we'll scroll down to additional settings. And again, we can change the devices. We can change the frequency capping. So for example, the frequency capping, this is how many times a user will see the ad to the same person. So how many times do you want the ad shown to the same person? So I'll say, look, I'll show it to the same person twice per day, and that's it. And this is actually good because what this does is this will actually skip users because you don't want to show the same ad to someone who's not interested. You're just going to be wasting your money. So what you can do is say, look, I'll show it to maybe the same person 3 times, and then we'll go on to the next user. So that's an example of how frequency capping is pretty important. You can also do the cap view frequency. So this is how many times the ad in the campaign can get a view from the same person. So maybe like two a day. So basically saying you don't want one person clicking on your ad all the time because they hate you, right? So maybe you want to say, you know what, you can only see my ad, you can only click on my ad twice a day, or 3 times a day. Maybe you'd want to match these up to be the same. So that's just an example of what frequency capping is. It's actually very important. And then you can select the ad schedule here. So I find that people tend to watch YouTube in the mornings. So let me just give you all a quick little sneak peek of my vidIQ campaign. So you'll see that my audience, 83% are men, 16% are women. If I scroll down on the bottom, you'll see the best time to post. And looking at this chart right here, it looks like the best time to post is in the morning. So you'll see these big circles are people who are watching my videos. The bigger it gets, the more people are watching. The smaller it gets, the smaller the audience. So it looks like the people that are most active is around 9 in the morning for me in the United States. So it looks like people tend to watch YouTube in the morning. Now that might vary between different audiences, but that's my specific audience for web design. So I'll put my ad schedule from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Mondays through Fridays. And then I'll scroll down. Now we have an ad group name. So I'll just change this to web design video ad. So next we have demographics. So these are the type of people that are going to see my ad. Personally, I'm not really sure about this, so I'll just leave this as taking off all the unknowns because I don't want to advertise to people who haven't submitted their info. I want to target people who I know that Google recognizes. So I'll just leave it as all of this for now. And then for the audiences, now again, audiences are very important. So remember, I'm a web design business, so I might want to advertise my specific business to something like business creation, business services, business professionals, and scrolling down, we have maybe business technology or starting a job soon. So you can just go ahead and select a few of these and then see what works out. So now that I've selected all that, so I'll say, all right, that's cool. I'll scroll down. So next we have keywords. Now you can target specific people based off what they type in the search engine. Now remember, I am looking for people starting a new business. So what I might want to do is I might want to go to websites that are familiar or have some sort of involvement with people starting a new business. So for example, LegalZoom and Rocket Lawyer are one of those. So what I'll do is I'll copy LegalZoom and I will go ahead and paste that in there. So here's just some keywords you can select, like new business, business, small businesses, start a business, how to sell your business, start up a business. So you can see how we can put specific keywords in here. And maybe I don't want the word free in that specific search box. So if they type in free, I don't want anything to do with them because I'm trying to sell a service. I'm not trying to give something away for free. But that's just keywords in a nutshell. Personally, I don't use keywords, and I don't think you need to either because YouTube has already got information about our viewers. So I feel that keyword research is just really not necessary for YouTube ads. But I'll close this. So next we have topics, and this is basically saying I want to show ads based off specific subjects. Now, for my specific niche, I don't really know if this is a good or bad idea because personally, all of these are candidates for me. I can build a website for anybody out here on this list, but depending on what you're in, you might want to select certain niches. So for example, if you are a restaurant, maybe you want to have food and drink, right? If you are an app developer trying to market your new app or video game, maybe you want to select it as games. So that's just basically how you would kind of, think about that, and you can kind of go through this and select the topics of what might interest your current target audience. But I'll close that. So next we have placements. So you can also place your ad based off a specific channel, off of YouTube videos, or even websites, apps, or whatever you want to do. So for example, YouTube channels. So I'll type in Daryl Wilson. Now, if you want to advertise your specific products on my channel, then you would click on my channel. And now you're going to see that we can target that specific audience on my channel, okay? So that's just an example of how you can select placements on specific channels. Now remember, they will need to meet this criteria and also this criteria. So for example, if you are a person advertising about food and you select my channel, maybe your ads won't show because my audience has no interest in food. So that's just something to consider. I'll go back here. And then you can also select YouTube videos. So maybe you want to advertise your ads on a specific video. So what you can do is say, I want to select on this video right here. You know, I think that's a good one, or this one, or this one. So that's just a strategy on what you can do to advertise on specific channels or videos. And then we have video lineups. So you can go ahead and advertise based off of video lineups off a specific category. I'll go back. And we also have websites. So let's say, for example, you have seen a website on the internet and you want to know what type of audience that a viewership has. So for example, I'll type in my website, darylwilson.com. So for example, these are similar websites and similar websites that actually have somewhat of the same niche. So what I can do is saying, all right, people that are interested in web design depots, I want to show my ad. People who are interested in this website and this website, I also want to display my ad to that specific audience. So that's just an idea of how you can advertise to different websites as well, and then so on and so forth. Personally, I don't use placements too much. Let me go ahead and get rid of that. So I'm going to clear all. I personally just use for my specific when I'm marketing, I'll just select the audiences. So I just select audiences, and that's it. That's what I do for my specific YouTube channel when I advertise. But that's just what I do because I found that it just hits all the target audience. You know, it's like it has a lot of impressions. You know, and it's just a good way on how to find your target audience is with audiences. So that's what I personally use. But again, free country, do whatever you want. So I'll scroll down. So next we have bidding. So this is the cost per view. So when someone actually clicks on your video, you will have to pay something. Now, I usually put around 5 cents. However, you guys saw my ad campaign before. I usually only pay 1 cent. So even though I put 5 cents, Google will adjust it to fit the criteria of how my ads are performing. So just put like 5 cents to get started, and then it'll adjust from there. So next we have create your video ad. So what you can do is you can go to your YouTube channel and you can select a specific video. So for example, if I want to advertise this specific video, I'll click on this video and I will copy this, and then I can go ahead and paste this video in there like that. So now you'll see that I'm advertising this specific video. What you can also do is go to Fiverr.com and you'll see that I purchased an ad. And this is it, for example. So what you can do is just purchase a video ad, and then you can go ahead and upload it to YouTube. And just give you an example of what these look like. I'll go ahead and say, all right, this is really annoying. All right, close that. So you'll see that maybe I want to advertise a specific product, you know. So this is just an example how you can use Fiverr to create videos. So if you want to sell a specific product, you can go to Fiverr and just say, hey, can you make an ad for me? And this is an example of an ad that you can use for your video ads. Pretty cute, right? I mean, if I'm selling a cat product, this is not a bad idea. So that's just something to consider. But I'll go back. And now we have a few options. We have a skippable in-stream ad, and we have a video discovery ad. So this one right here is going to be a live video. So for example, when you go to YouTube and you see those live videos, this is a skippable in-stream ad. A video discovery ad is going to display below the actual, you'll see it right here. It gives you an example. So we have the desktop and we also have mobile. So it'll put your video ad somewhere around there. I find that skippable in-stream ads are pretty effective. However, using both might always be good. And then we also have the YouTube search ad. So when people search in a specific topic, depending on that audience, you will see your ad go to the top of the list, which I find very effective. But I think skippable in-stream ads are always good. So where is the URL you want them to go? Well, probably the actual YouTube video, right? What is the display URL? So you can make this anything that you want. So what I'll do is do something like youtube.com, create a website, and we can even add a call to action. So if you want to add a call to action, you can add a call to action on the advertisement as well. So you'll see it right there, but I'm not going to. And then you can always use the auto-generated ad for your video, or you can upload your own image. So if you want a specific image for that specific video, you can go ahead and upload it there. And go ahead and give your ad a name. So this will be Web Design Agency Ad. And then I will click on Create a Campaign. Okay, so let's just take a quick brief overview of what I've done. So I am now trying to market my web design business, September 12th to no dates, in Las Vegas, Nevada. I only want English speakers, and these other topics, it says no ad information, and that's okay. So I'll click on continue to campaign. And ta-da, now you have your ad ready to be advertised. Now, just give it about a day to actually run and get views and impressions. If your ads do not run and you find out something might be wrong, click on this question mark and you can go ahead and get help and contact a support agent in case your ads are not running on your AdWords campaigns. So guys, that's the end of my video. So just by looking at this, you see I have a bunch of different ads. I'm spending around $130 a day. You'll see from my actual all-time, I have spent quite a bit of money. So I have spent around $104,000 over a few years just advertising, and you'll see that the earned subscribers, we've got a lot of subscribers from those, we've got a lot of likes, and so on and so forth. So, but yeah, that's how you can kind of track what you're doing, and also how you can monitor your campaigns. So again, guys, I hope this video was really helpful. Let me know in the comments if this video helped you out. I think I covered everything. If something I didn't cover, feel free to let me know in the comments below, and I will make another video to try to update this one. But again, I wish you all the best of success. I wish you all the best of luck. Good luck with your business, and I will see all of you party people in the next video, guys. Take it easy.